Every year, the NBA draft brings us new and exciting players into the NBA, and while some disappoint, others exceed expectations and shine. I'm a big draft guy personally. I watch a lot of film and do my own scouting on prospects, and I think this year's draft has plenty of gems in it that you should look out for. Dylan Windler is a 6'8" wing coming off a monster senior season at Belmont, where he averaged 21 points and 10.8 rebounds a game. Windler was also incredibly efficient, shooting 54% from field and 43% from 3 on over 7 threes per game. Windler is a sharp-shooting wing who is a great rebounder, very aggressive on both sides of the ball, is a very smart player, often being able to read defenses and make great cuts to the basket off the ball. He showed he was both willing and able to push the pace in transition off grabbing a defensive rebound. He has a very quick lefty shot which he can shoot both off the dribble and is a knockdown shooter coming around screens with impressive range. Windler showed great signs in Summer League as well. At 6'8" with a 6'10" wingspan, despite not being an elite athlete, although he is surprisingly quick, he has potential to be a decent defender in the NBA, and I think the Cleveland Cavaliers got themselves a guy in Windler who will be a very good contributor for many years to come. Next, we're going with a teammate of Windler's, Kevin Porter Jr. KPJ is a 6'6" guard out of USC. The Seattle Hooper has got all the talent in the world. He has crazy athleticism, from his quick feet and his speed to his crazy hops. He also has plenty of tools to be a great scorer. He has a very polished step-back jumper, as well as being a good set shooter. He's a good rebounder for a guard, a great finisher at the rim, and his athleticism and motor make me believe he's also got potential as a defensive player. However, there are concerns with him, such as his shot selection, poor decision making. Scouts have expressed lots of off-the-court concerns, and he didn't play much in college in only 22 minutes a game, and he missed games early in the season due to an injury, and later on due to a team suspension. So there is a small sample size there. However, I believe in Porter's potential. He was a 5-star recruit in high school, the 4th best 2-guard in his class, and he has all the tools to succeed. He just needs to put it all together. Darius Bazley had originally committed to Syracuse, but chose to forego his freshman season in order to sign an internship at New Balance and train for the draft. And even though I, as a Syracuse fan, am still salty about it, I love his game. A true combo forward, I think he's more of a 4 than a 3, but he can see it at playing either. He's 6'9" with natural athleticism. He's got a quick first step, he finishes very well at the basket with either hand, has shown a very good pull-up jumper, and has touch from 3. He has a decent handle for a 4, but definitely needs to tighten it up for it to be a real weapon for him. He's a very good and willing defensive player who is also a good rebounder. He's an unselfish player and has phenomenal court vision for a 4. He has real potential as a point forward. I've been saying for months that I get a crackless Lamar Odom vibe from his game. He's very fluid in his movements and the way he composes himself on the court. He just looks like he belongs. I think OKC got a steal on a versatile combo forward at 23. Matisse Thybulle is plain and simple a lockdown defensive player. He played a full 4 years at Washington, and as a 6'5" 2-guard, averaged 3.5 steals and 2.3 blocks per game in his senior season. He's got a great wingspan with incredible quickness and God-given defensive instincts. He plays 110% every possession. The 2-time Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year also showed signs of offense in college. He showed the ability to put the ball on the floor and attack the basket. He was a major threat in transition due to his athleticism and length. And for his college career, he shot 36% from 3 on 4 attempts per game, despite only shooting 30.5% his senior season. Another sign that he may become a reliable shooter is the free throws. He shot 78% throughout his college career, including 85% in his senior season. Even if the offense never comes around for him, we've seen Andre Roberson make a career out of being an elite defensive player and just being a smart offensive player who knows how to use his strengths and negate his weaknesses. And Matisse Thybulle is an incredibly smart basketball player who I think is perfectly capable of that. I think Philly landed a guy who would be able to come in and help right away and be able to give them valuable minutes in the playoffs guarding elite perimeter talent. Bruno Fernando is a very interesting big man prospect. He's a 6'10" big who played 2 years at Maryland. His strengths and athleticism remind me somewhat of DeAndre Ayton, and while he's not as talented, they are in similar molds. Bruno Fernando, despite being able to bully opponents on the block due to his strength, he has an incredibly soft touch around the basket. He's a very good mid-range jumper, great footwork down low, has no problem playing through contact, and he's even added ball handling into his repertoire. He has all the tools to be a great modern-day big who can do it all. His good shooting stroke from mid-range and from the free throw line suggests that he can stretch out his range to the three-point line one day. I think he will show to be a phenomenal addition to Atlanta's already great young core, and I think he'll be able to make an impact day one. Despite not being the best defender at this current moment in time, he showed good instincts at Maryland, was definitely much improved his sophomore season, and has the size, length, and athleticism to become a really good defender if he focuses on that part of his game. Those are 5 NBA rookies I think will shock people this year. There are more than 5 I believe in, such as my boy Ignas Brazdeikis. I was also going to include Brandon Clark, however I feel his dominant Summer League performance, including his MVP, put him on a lot of people's radars. I was going for players that I haven't seen many people talking about. Let me know what you think. Which rookies do you think are underrated, and who did your team draft this offseason? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm out.